Hey guys, this is Vanngo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is gonna be my very first video of my channel, and fortunately my friend, my client, Emily Ratajkowski is here helping me to launch. I hope you enjoy it and give me some support. Thank you. For every makeup look, I always start with cleansing the face, even their face fresh out from the shower. I think it's just because you don't know what they use on their face. Some moisturizer is not so great for foundation. It can roll the foundation. So for me, it's important to start with what you know best.
Hey, Columbo. Bobo, sit. Hey. Hey. You're gonna have to go downstairs. Baby, will you call him?
Always hydrate the lips. And I usually leave the lip balm on the lips while working on the makeup. It's gonna take away all the dryness and soften everything.
My favorite when you moisturize my skincare routine is the best routine. I always feel like my skin always feels the best even the next day.
Right now, I'm just add a little essence to the face. I think this is more like a serum, but very light. It's not too heavy. It's almost like water, but just hydrating water on the face. For me, hydration is the key. I always overhydrate the skin first, and then if it's too much, I can always blot the moisturizer off. I think it's important the skin is really hydrated when you do makeup. The glow, the shine, everything is come out from within when you hydrate the skin really well.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Like I said earlier, I always overhydrate everything. And then if you need to blot it out after, you can, especially around the eye. I think a lot of time when you put eye makeup, the skin looks very dry. And I think it's good just to make it really hydrated first before you start. Just give you a little color.
It's nice. What is that?
It's like a new moisturizer from Victoria.
I love that.
I love it. I have a little, it's more for summer, perfect summer.
Oh, I haven't had my makeup done in so long.
I haven't done any makeup since Paris.
Were you just losing your mind?
I was losing my mind.
What did you do? Did you do your own makeup at all?
No, I think I wish I do my own makeup. I was trying to, I was going to say, you know, I'm going to do some makeup tutorial
on
do your own Insta Live, but it's too much.
Yeah.
But I think that's the reason why I was like, I got to do the YouTube thing. I think it's great for people actually see it, and I shouldn't hide behind the camera anymore.
I mean, you know, I've been wanting you to do this for forever, so.
A lot of time, I think makeup is so personal, and you know, like what I do, it doesn't mean it's gonna work for everyone, and so everyone have the way to do their own makeup and the way they do makeup, and I just don't want people to feel that I'm teaching anything. I just want to share. So if it works the way I do, they take some 1 or 2 tips. It's worked for them. It's great. If it doesn't, then they can do the same way they always do.
I mean, I've learned so much from you. It's crazy. Just from watching you do my makeup. So many tips. So it's like, I feel like the world is getting a beautiful gift.
This is what I always use. And people always ask what I use to apply foundation. It's a body sponge. And I like it. This sponge, I feel that it's applied, the foundation is amazing. And you know, I use brush and everything, but I always go back to this one.
I'm tan on my body as always, but not my face. You guys, I'm so good with sunscreen. You'd be so proud of me.
Emily is a little tan on the body, so I'm trying to match her face and body a little bit. So I just use a little darker foundation, but this foundation is more like a tinted moisturizer. She doesn't need much at all, and I think it's great for summer. You don't need to overly cover in your face. Yeah.
Do you feel like all the skin stuff you do helps the foundation go in? Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And I always try to blend with the ear and the neck as well. I think it's, you know, you don't know what the talent or the person wear the hair up or down. I think it's always trying to blend everything together around the hairline. So the whole idea I'm doing today is just basically the makeup is pretty soft-ish. So, I mean, I don't want overly covering her face with full foundation or concealer. I still want the skin feel fresh and just want to enhance all the features with more warm tone and golden and just amber, those shades, just to enhance her feature. And I think those gonna look amazing with the blonde hair as well, you know.
So fun.
It's a new hair that Emily just got.
How long have we been working together?
I don't know, quite a few years now.
So many years, like at least 5 years?
Yeah, it's my first time for doing with the blonde hair.
I've never had blonde hair, so this is exciting. Because he gets bored sometimes.
So I think it's great.
He has to mix it up.
We have done so many looks, but I think like I love that people actually DM me with like the looks that we do and ask when I ask about these kind of thing, and I think it's great.
We have our favorite sort of like basic look that you're kind of doing today, which is like the everyday but like super glam every day.
This is from a vegan brand called Cote.
Ooh, it's
nice and clean, not too heavy.
The funny thing about you, Hung, is that sometimes you don't let us look in the mirror when you're doing our look because we have to trust you and just let you do it. But now I feel like I'll be able to watch the video and learn all the secrets and know how crazy I look while you're doing me.
But I think it's like in my head, I kind of plan out what I want to do, but I don't really know what I want to do until I actually do it.
Right.
So it's really hard, like for me, like to tell, like, okay, this is exactly what I'm gonna do. It's almost impossible for me. So
you have to get inspired.
I get inspired, and I just start working out and more. Like a lot of time, like I just use a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a lot of people are always like, "What do you use?" And I totally, completely forget. And
right.
I think that that's also the reason why I think it's better for me just to.
Because then you don't have to explain everything while you're, and you can just work and make sure you get the best result. Yeah. Well, I trust you. That's for sure.
So right now, I just basically use the same foundation sponge and I just blend out the concealer. This concealer is pretty sheer. So for those who want more heavier coverage, this may not be the right one for them. It's beautiful, so you can, but I think this one is the whole idea is still the skin still feel like skin.
I might have to get this one. I really like how it feels.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Quarantine first started, I got so obsessed with picking my skin. It was really bad, but luckily I've stopped. And one of those magnifying mirrors, and I don't know, I think it was the stress and just like, not having, not being able to go outside. And I just, I was obsessed with picking my skin, but my husband was getting so mad at me. He was like, "You can't do this anymore. I'm going to take away your mirror."
I think it's the same all of us. I think.
Yeah.
I think we didn't know what to do at all at home, and we started doing different things, like like to ourselves. And I have so many peels in my skin. It was like it's went crazy, and I have to stop as well.
Yeah. I was doing I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just do all of the masks. I'll do all the products. Your skin gets really worn out by that. At least my skin's so sensitive.
Right now, I'm trying to warm you up a little and more, just around the face a little bit. Just give more dimension on the face. Just. I think I said the mix is nice. It's give dimension on the face, It's not just one thing, but I think like the cream and the between the different texture of the product gonna create a lot of dimension on the face. I think it's, that's the important part. And usually for this look, I'm gonna use a lot of cream, but then I'm gonna use powder on certain area just to set the makeup.
Yeah, because otherwise cream just kind of
melts everything. Yeah.
I love using cream though because it's just like finger painting.
Yeah.
And it matches the texture of the skin. You taught me how much to love cream.
So what I'm doing right now is not exactly is contouring, but I'm just basically shading, because I think I'm not going extreme. This is so hard to do one side because I used to do makeup. I'm always standing in the front.
Yeah.
And for me,
you move around a lot.
Yeah. And it's really hard for me to do just stand on one side. I think this is gonna be a challenge, but because my follower keep asking for this, so they have to be very forgiving, supportive. They cannot go and pick on it and say why this and that. I'm just gonna set a little bit under the eye and just the T-zone.
That was the other thing right before quarantine. I tweezed my eyebrows into more of a 90s shape, and now I'm trying to grow them back.
I think it suits you.
You like it?
I think it's great.
Really?
Yeah. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna enhance the length right here, and then your eyebrow is great. So I'm not gonna fill in so much. Usually I would use like a little marker and just fill in for people, but I think your eyebrow, I think it's nice with the way it's, you know, it should be nice.
Yeah, this one is a little longer and a little thicker, so I'm trying to get that one to match it.
Brow is really frame the face, you know. I love to take the time and do it, and I think it's like important.
What I always like is that you do the base kind of first, and then the eyebrow, and then the eyes.
A lot of people, they do eye makeup first and then do the skin. For me, I have a hard time. I try to see how it works for me, but it's hard. You know, especially if you do the eye makeup with a lot of dimension, I think it's good to do skin because you can blend all the way out wherever you want to blend. And if you do skin after, I think you take away some of the blending already
with
from
the
shadow.
Yeah.
Your eyebrow is so great. I don't think I need to use anything crazy gel at all on the eyebrow. After I gel the eyebrow, I usually go back and just fill in more, whatever you want. You know, I think it's like wherever I feel like needed to fill in. For me, I think doing the eye or face, anything is like building a house. So basically you build everything from skin, for complexion, you build the skin, you know, from step by step. And then the same thing for the eye. Even do the really natural eye makeup, I still want to use a little eyeliner as a depth there. And then I blend it out, then I use the eyeshadow. I think that way is have everything underneath there. A lot of time, for example, if people have their eye water or anything like that, and if you use just shadow alone, sometimes the shadow is just gonna slide away. So I think if you actually use a little long wear pencil underneath there and blend it out, at least they have something to grab on and it will stay there for you.
Do you remember when you did the blue eyes for the Emmys and my eyes started watering?
Yes.
And it was like the best eye you've ever done and you were freaking out.
Right before the red carpet?
Right before, and I was getting in the car and it was like a really hot day in LA and it was such a beautiful like blue, multi-layered. It was like turquoise in the middle and then like a royal blue on the ends.
Yeah.
And it kind of held because of the eyeliner. Because you had used a bunch of Marc Jacobs eyeliner.
Yeah, I think it's a long wear. Marc Jacobs liner just stay there. You know, it doesn't move.
I was so stressed.
So
I was like, oh no, and just kept coming.
I think right now, this is not give much of the color, but I think it just really just enhance the eye. Just frame the shape and enhance the shape of the eye. And I always like elongate most people's eye a little more. I think and I think the liner and blend it out help. It should keep that cat-like. And as you can see right now, is for me, if I use just the liner, it's blend out. It doesn't look like she wear a liner. I think it just looks like a shade and then a shading around the eye just to frame the eye.
This ritual did Fille?
Yes.
Yeah, oh my god, this girl I went to high school with started that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. It stays on so long.
So this is like, they send me all these color and I think it's amazing. I'm gonna try these two shades. I think it's like, it's best you with the finger if you want to, but I'm gonna try to do with the brush. It's more sheer, just like a sheer wash. If you want more intensity, you can use this with the finger and you get a lot more depth. So you went to school with them?
Yeah, with Caroline. She was like a couple years older than me, and she moved to LA, and she was a makeup artist. And then she started, and I remember she like gave me one of the pots, and I think I used it for something, and was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, the texture is like so unique, and it just like not a lot of people make these texture, which I love. Yeah.
I know. I don't know why there isn't more of that creamy eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Because it also holds. It doesn't melt.
It's vegan also because it doesn't have any chemical. So basically it does dry it out faster.
Right.
So you have to use them up pretty fast.
Just to commit to them. That's a trick you taught me to go all the way around the eye.
And as you can see, what I did is that I already built the shape of the eye with the liner already. So everything on top now, I know like it doesn't make sense to a lot of people why I blended out the shadow on top of the liner and the liner is gone. I feel that because I have that built underneath there, the shape and the depth is so much more than just put the shadow a little bit on top, shadow alone without the liner. And especially when you photograph and the eye have a lot more depth. And I basically use the same color all around the eyelid, but what I did is the intensity of the color, I do a little bit more on the lash line and on the, as I go upward, lighter hand. So it's still the same color, but just blend right out. You don't need to use another color on top there. You can if you want to, but for me, I don't think you need to. It just depends how light and how heavy-handed you're gonna use the color. And then you can see right now, I basically just use the same, and I just blend it out. So with the same brush, I'm using another color, and this one, there's a little sparkle. I think it's great for summer. I think it's actually great for evening as well.
Maybe we should go out to dinner tonight.
You should.
You gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, a little bit. And just a little, for me, I think it's just a little sparkle, and I just put a little bit on the crease here. Create a little more dimension on the eye. For me, makeup, you just play with them, you know? Like when I came here, and I was just like, okay, a little bit this, a little bit that. And I don't think there's a wrong or the right way to do makeup. If anyone say you cannot do that, I don't think you should believe it, because, you know, what it works for you, it doesn't mean it's gonna work for people. So if it works for you, do it. You know? Your lash is natural curl already, so I just do a little, just pinch, and that's it. New mascara is from Marc. I love their Velvet Noir mascara, but this new one is more lengthening, and it's not volume mascara. So basically, you still look natural without looking too much mascara on the eye. So I think doing tutorial way harder than I thought for sure, because I usually don't talk when I do makeup at all. I just like,
God, you're so serious.
I'm like so serious. Like I'm
you
just
basically talk during skincare, and then
when I
you're
do,
gone,
you're
and
gone,
you just looking so serious.
This is like a challenge for me, but you know what? I love a challenge, so we'll see if I.
He loves a challenge. It's true. Also, we could not have you do my makeup when I have blonde hair.
So I always like a little brighter blush, and I think you blend it out. I think it's nice. It's give a lot of life on the face. I feel, you know, I think it's nice to have a lot of something on the cheek is great. I think a lot of people always scare blush, but I love it. I think it's great too. You know?
I love blush the most too.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm always like, more. That color is really nice.
Yeah.
It's like coral.
Yes. I feel like blush does tie everything together. Because when you do beautiful eye and lips and then there's no blush, I feel like something is missing on the face for sure. So what I do is I put a lot on first, and then I use the foundation brush or the sponge that you use, and you just blend out what you don't need. We give you a little bit on the nose like you always like
My
it.
favorite. Thank you. I can't have it until after.
Okay. Again, it's how much longer do you want me to put in the fridge?
Yes, please. What is it?
Oh no, chai latte.
My favorite. Ooh, this is a highlighter.
Just like the real world.
But not.
I'm your intern getting you a latte. Very beautiful.
He's so appreciative of makeup.
Yeah.
He's like grown to appreciate it. He calls it my finger painting because he's learned to appreciate, like, you don't need a lot. It's just about how you do it and, you know, the art of it. He's an artistic guy, you know, he can appreciate it.
So what I did is I put the highlighter and then I go back again, and I just basically put the blush a little bit on top of the highlighter again, so just blend everything together. So for this look, I do the lip, it's just pretty soft, and I do the lipstick first, and then I go after with the lip liner anywhere. This one is nice. It's perfect color for people who have like a nice tan, you know, like it's the nude, it's a hint of coral and peach in it. Right here. It's nice though.
Wow, it's really pretty.
And to finish up, I usually just warm up again at the end with just a little bit everything. Just do.
You should do a YouTube on how you take your selfies too. Serious.
I would do it with you if you do it. I think with the same bronzer that I just dab different area. So finish up, I like the skin a bit more luminous and natural, so I just go back again. That's it. That's the look.